That is a fine piece of material there. Look at that. He's nearly as skinny as me. Holding that and getting it from John Travolta, and then when you went to the parties, did you was it the Iron Man's grip on it? Who were you hanging out with? Who did you meet? Who are your new friends?
Well, I guess the people we wanted to meet, to be honest, the only person I wanted to meet was Ira. I wanted to meet Saoirse Ronan and I wanted to meet Daniel Day.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where, you know, there was a lot of people there and it was great. We met some great people. We met Michael Moore, we met George Clooney, Laura Linney. Like, we met, Tom Hanks, Aretha Franklin. We met a lot of great people, but I guess the people that were really interesting to us were the ones that seemed comfortable in their own skin. And Daniel Day-Lewis was just, he had this air when he came in the room of just, he was himself completely. The film Markéta, the film Once, it's short. It was made on a low budget, and I think actually, Catherine, do I recognise you from the film? I think you feature it. Was it fun to make, or did you realise you were sitting on something that was quite special at the time, or did you think it was just, I don't know, another film that you might be involved in?
Well, I hadn't had any acting experience, so for me it was a total new experience that I had troubles in some parts because I don't consider myself an actress, and I didn't feel very confident acting, but I enjoyed it so much for the it was just me, Glen and John and a few other people. You know, it wasn't a huge big crew that was big budget involved, so we had great fun doing it, and there was a great sense of, you know, making a movie with your friends, and I think that's how films should be made, you know, and so I had a great laugh doing that, and if I ever, you know, wanted to be involved in another movie, I'd like it to be that kind of an atmosphere.
But your speech, which was so elegant and articulate, the amount of comments on it so favourably, if the movies don't work out, politics is an option, and because that speech would give Barack Obama a run for his money. I mean, it was really sweet, and so well done on that. And here you are. You're probably a big star in the Czech Republic now, are you? Is this got a lot of attention for you at home? Well,
you know, I haven't been home because we've arrived from America yesterday or the day before. I can't, you know, I'm so jet lagged I can't
remember. This is
remember,
your home now. You're ours. We claim people all the time.
But yeah, the Czech people really embraced the whole thing because, you know, it doesn't happen very often that Czechs go out into the world because maybe it's the language barrier. You know,
sure.
we like musicians sing in Czech and they kind of have less of a chance then. But so it's very unusual for a Czech to go out there and get so much recognition. So they all went crazy, embraced it so much. Well,
Glen, I saw you performing 10,000 years ago in the Clifton Country Blues Festival, and then on to the Purty Loft and tiny little venues, and then you've got bigger and bigger. And I'm just so chuffed for you and down through the years for bagging this. So well done. Right. And the honour is ours now to hear. Do you want to hear the song? Yeah. Before you start, one last thing, if you wouldn't mind. Just explain why you're playing with a guitar that looks like we found it in a skip outside. It's your special guitar, clearly. Yeah,
I just had it a long time, and I guess when John asked me about the film, he was like, well, you know, it said in the script, you know, raggy-looking fella with a beaten-up guitar, and I thought, well, I have the beaten-up guitar, and I'm pretty raggy, so it was pretty. It sort of it just fit, and I used it. I mean, I've used it for the last. I've been using this guitar for the last sort of 18 years, and so it seemed natural to use it, you know, to use it now.
It ain't broke, apparently, so...
It's a great guitar. It actually sounds wonderful, and, you know, we did a gig in Japan recently. Myself and Mara went over to Japan because the film had just been released there, and Mr. Takamine came on stage at one of our gigs, and it was a real surprise, and he brought out this beautiful, brand new, you know, state-of-the-art, gorgeous version of this guitar, and handed it to me on the stage, and I was really blown away. But afterwards, it turns out that someone translated that they were kind of ashamed of the fact that I was using this one, and they really wanted me to sort of, you know, to sort of make their product look better, so by using the new one, so I left it with them. Yeah, very good. Well, look, this is the song, ladies and gentlemen, that did this country proud by winning us an Oscar, and it's a great pleasure to introduce Glen and Markéta singing the Oscar-winning song. Congratulations.